Hi there. Male suicide. Serious subject that's had a lot of coverage on the TV of late. There's some excellent pieces on this morning, a week or two ago. There's been a lot of coverage on the news and in the press. They're particularly concerned with the amount of men that are killing themselves every week in the 40 to 50 sort of age group. Now, something that I very nearly did myself, and I can sort of relate to where the problems are coming from. You see, this men, particularly straight white men, are becoming very marginalised in this country. We don't really know where we stand. Things have changed very fast, and there's a lot of pressure on us to conform to new ideas, new ways of thinking. And to be fair, it's ingrained in us the way we've been brought up, and suddenly, you get abuse for holding a door open. I've not had it happen myself, but I do get a lot of people who ignore you when you hold a door open for them, because apparently you're not supposed to treat people as the weaker sex. Well, if there's someone behind me, I'm going to hold the door open whether you're a man or a woman. It's just polite. I'm not doing it in any kind of flirtatious way, so don't make me feel stressed. Don't make me think, oh, there's a woman coming, I better just drop the door in her face. What would you prefer me to do? I can't win either way. And it goes beyond just holding doors open. You can't have any friendly banter anymore, because it takes one person to take it the wrong way, and there's too many people out there doing this sort of thing. And the pressure that's put on you now to keep up with everybody else. Everybody's posting their selfies on social media. Here I am, I've been on holiday here, and I've met this person, and I've done this and I've done that. And you think, well, I've got to keep up with that. Well, no, you haven't. You just do what you want to do that makes you happy. If you're happy walking around public gardens and parks and castles, whatever, I like the castles. I think the history of this country is fantastic. Then just do that. It's not a big keeping up with the Joneses. People spending money they haven't got, and then they're getting into debt, and this causes problems in relationships, and your bosses are making you work longer and longer hours. Your jobs are becoming more stressful. There's less people working than ever before. There's more. The people that are working are doing much more work-wise than they were in the past. The workload put on people is becoming ridiculous. I know that from experience, that you're expected to do the work of 2, 3, 4 people sometimes, and you just can't maintain that and you get nothing for it. You don't get anything extra. You just get your normal wages. Well, something's got to be done about it. And then at the end of the day, when you finish late because of this extra work, you get home and you don't see your kids. You spend no time with your partner. There's no longer the local pub where you all go to and have a pint at the end of the week. There is probably one boozer where the local hoons all gather, and you avoid it. So there's no friendly community sort of spirit, or you haven't got time to take part in that. And so the guy, he's working all week, and this could probably apply to women who've taken on the senior role, the male role, the typically male role. I've got to be careful what I say here, in a family. But these are pressures, and modern technology has moved on so fast, and we're all supposed to keep up. I don't know what an iPad is. I've seen one. My brother's got one. I've tried to use it. No idea what's going on. I just tend to delete stuff quite a lot on it. I'm used to using Windows on a computer, and in fact, my first computer was so old it didn't have Windows at all. It just had those little slits for firing arrows through. But anyway, one of my favourite jokes. It probably didn't work, but never mind. Anyway, yeah, going back to the mail thing, there's Project 84. It's worth giving that a look up on Twitter, on the internet. Have a little look at things that are going on. In fact, Twitter is fantastic for a support network for people out there. If you are having trouble and you're getting these thoughts, then you really need to speak to someone. It's the first thing you've got to do is open up, because you'd be surprised how many of your friends may have had similar experiences in the past, and they kept it hidden, and they probably wish they didn't, because talking to someone is probably the best thing you can do. Get it out in the open. If you can't bring yourself to talk to a friend or a family member, maybe just bring it up with your doctor or someone that you maybe just get a counselling session or speak to someone online. There's plenty of options out there, but there's something really needs to be done about the marginalisation of the male in this country. When he hits about 40, if he's not become highly successful, he can suddenly start to become feeling irrelevant. He's no longer needed for breeding. He's no longer young, fit and attractive perhaps. He's failed perhaps in the workplace, or that's how he feels. He hasn't quite reached the heights. He can't afford the fancy holidays that he really wants. Maybe his credit card debts have run up. He's suddenly become a burden to everybody. That's what he's thinking. Look around you, and if you're a woman watching this, have a look at your man, and just think to yourself, is he drinking more than he used to? Is he working harder? Is he struggling to pay a few bills? Is he a bit concerned about money? He's switching all the lights off all of a sudden. He's saving a few pennies wherever he can. Just maybe sit him down and have a chat when the kids have gone to bed, and just discuss these things, because if you talk it through, you might well be able to get out of the situation. You don't want to be in the situation where you're left behind because you didn't talk to your partner. And if you're the guy who's thinking of committing suicide, there is help out there. Please get it. I've got that image in my mind of the people they had on top of the building. They had statues on top of the building this morning, and that was quite a poignant thing to look at, the amount of people that commit suicide in this country every week in that age bracket, 40 to 50. It's frightening. I very nearly joined them. It's scary to think about. There's things that I would not have been able to have seen and done if I'd managed to do what I intended to do. But still, anyway, I'm here giving you some, hopefully some motivation to do the right thing, and there's plenty of other people out there, so use those resources. And leave me a comment, ask me a question, give me some ideas for future videos. Please subscribe if you're watching this. Let me know what I'm doing wrong if I'm doing something wrong. All ideas are very, very helpful. I can't help you if you don't communicate with me. That's how it works. It's all about communication. So, talk to someone and enjoy the sunshine. We've got sunshine in the UK. Enjoy it.